Leadership and management strategies to effectively. Strategic capability is referring to a business's ability to employ strategic competition and increase over time successfully. It focuses on assets, resources, market position, and how well it can employ strategies in the future. There are no single methods of universal measuring of strategic capability. Special capability is required to be able to compete in a market, and distinctive capability is required to achieve competitive advantage. Strategic capability is a major component on an organization remaining financially viable and thriving despite the presence of competition. Investors put their money into the business with chances of future success and growth. Employees care as it identifies any business that is stable and is not likely to go bankrupt or cut costs. Financial advisors and government agencies are interested since it plays a role in how they value and mentor businesses. Managers have authority, whereas leaders have influence. If a company has not developed a strategic plan, then it cannot show direction or focus on employees. It cannot remain proactive, as it will need to address unanticipated pressures when and as they arrive, meaning it will be at a competitor's disadvantage. VRIN. Value. Do capabilities exist that are valued by customers and provide potential competitive advantage? Rarity. Do capabilities exist that no or few competitors possess? Imitability. Are capabilities difficult for competitors to intimate? Non-sustainability. Is the risk of compatible substitution low? John P. Cotter, 1947, created a model for understanding and then managing change. It comprises of 8-stage change model, and each stage relates to people responses and approaches to change. Increase urgency, inspire and make objections relevant and real. Build a guiding team. Have the right people in the place that have the correct skills, emotional investment to carry out the changes. Get the vision right. Allow the employees to create a vision and strategies to be effective. Communicate for buy-in. Have as many people as possible involved whilst communicating and responding to their needs. Empower action. Allow constructive criticism and support from leaders. Reward and recognize achievements. Create short-term wins. Have goals that are capable of achieving. Finish current goals before heading into the next one. Don't let up. Encourage determination and persistence. Highlight achieved and future milestones. Cotter, 1995 to 2002. Make changes stick. Reinforce the importance of successful changes via recruitment, promotion, new leaders. A significant feature of Cotter's model in the role of leadership, which is critical to effective transformational leadership. Cotter, 2005 to 2002. There are a lot of management strategies to effectively manage change within an organization. Here are just a few. Address the human side systematically. Any significant change can create people issues, such as new leaders having to step up, jobs could change, new skills may need to be learned. A formal approach for managing these changes, beginning with the leadership team and then engaging key stakeholders should be developed early. Jones, Aguirre, Calderon, 2004. Data collection, analyst, planning and implementation of redesign should be integrated. Finally, a realistic assignment. Is there any way of hearing?
There's that play button, but I don't know if you have to have finished it.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if because I went back one, it's got rid of it, so should I do it all again?
I don't know.
Start at the top. All employees will look to managers, CEOs, and leadership teams for support and direction. This set of managers should embrace the new approach first, both to challenge and to motivate the rest of the institution. Jones, Aguirre, Calderon, 2004. Teams that work well together are more likely to encounter success. Those teams committed to the change understand them and could you have seen that? Otherwise, it's only fucking slide 5. Make the formal case. Employees will question changes and why the organization needs them. They will look to leaders and managers for the answers. Managers could write a vision statement to allow employees to be on the same wavelength. 3 steps to develop a vision statement. Confront reality. Show the company has a visible future and a roadmap to guide behavior. Create ownership. Leaders of large changes must overperform and accept responsibility for making changes happen in all areas they are influence or control. Jones, Aguirre, Calderon, 2004. Ownership is reinforced by reward and incentive. Tangled. I'll fucking do that whole bit again. Communicate the message. To create change effectively, reinforce core messages through regular, timely advance that both inspirational and practical. Jones, Aguirre, Calderon, 2004. Communication flows from the bottom to the top and should be given to employees at the right time with the right information. This can sometimes lead to over communication through several channels. Access the cultural landscape. Leaders need to understand behaviors and cultures and ensure they are assessed at the right time. Through cultural diagnostics can access organizational readiness to change, bring major problems to the surface, identify conflicts, and define factors. Jones, Aguirre, Calderon, 2004. That influences sources of leadership. This is actually lasting longer than I thought. Nearly 10 minutes. The hell does that say?
Explicitly.
Address culture explicitly. Once understood, culture should be addressed thoroughly, and leaders should be explicit about behaviors that will best support the new way of doing business and find opportunities to model and reward those behaviors. Jonas Aguero, Calderly, 2004. An end result should be created. Changes in an organization can include creating a culture, combining cultures, or reinforcing cultures. Understanding that the organizations have a culture center is often an effective way to jumpstart culture change. Jonas Aguero Calderon, 2000. Speak to the individual. Employees need to know that their work will change what is expected of them during and after the changes. Jonas Aguero Calderon, 2004. Leaders need to be honest and involve them in the change process. Most leaders know people matter. Rewarding change via promotion or bonuses can be reinforced. Removing people who do not want to embrace changes reinforce the company's commitment. Okay, I get the feeling. Wait. Porter's five forces suggests that there are 5 important forces that determine competitive power in a business situation. Porter, 1979. Supply power. Assess how easy it is for suppliers to put up prices. The fewer suppliers you have, the more power they have. Buyers' power. How easy it is for buyers to lower prices. The more you have, the more competitive process you can get. Competitive rivalry. Number and capability of competitors is a lot of competition, then that creates less power for you. However, there is very little competition, then you have the strength. Threat of substitution. Ability of your customer to find a different way of doing what you are doing. If substitution is easy and viable, then it weakens you. Threat of new entry. Porter's 5 forces in relation to the company of Tesco are as follows. Threat of new entrants. There are 4 major retailers: Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's and Morrisons, which account for 70% of the market. Over the last 30 years, the grocery market has transformed into a supermarket-dominated business. Every business, new and old, could potentially become a threat to Tesco. Bargaining with suppliers. Tesco is in a better position in negotiation of promotional prices that small chain businesses would not be able to match. Buyer power. Clubcard remains one of the most successful customer-related strategies, increasing Tesco's profitability. Meeting the customer needs, services, low prices, better choices, consistent in-store promotion retain Tesco's customer base. Threat of substitution. Reduce the determinant for a particular product for product, a substitute of need is weakened by newer trends. Bargaining power of competitors. Develop a range of formats in response to changes in customer behaviors, refocusing on price and value. There is a theory known as nudge theory, which is highly innovative and powerful change management methodology. Thurl Sustain 2008. Created in the early 2000s, it was created by Rich Thaler and Cass Sustain, US behavioral environmentists. Nudge theory is now used by the government to shift thinking and behavior. Thaler Sustain 2008. Nudge theory is based on the heuristics, which refers to the tendency of people to think emotionally and instinctively rather than rationally and logically, based on a variety of influences. Fallout Sustained 2008. Aristocrat skills are a high form for quick decision making done instinctively. However, if done inappropriately, the behavior can be unhelpful to themselves and society. By understanding aristocrat, we can nudge people's thinking by using the intervention indirectly, create new helpful choices rather than for a forced change. Nudge theory should be applied ethically for those for the good of people. Fowler Subsidy 2008. Fayol 1949 suggests that the function of management contains 5 elements: planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. Management is also described as an invention for controlling operational performance outcomes in line with an organization's purpose and objections. Rees, French, 2013. Value chain analysis is an important tool to work out how you can create great value for customers. It helps identify ways to create value for customers, then how to maximize the value through products, services, or job well done. VCA is a 3-step process. Activity analysis identifies activities to undertake to deliver your product or service. Value analysis, what to do to add greater values for the customer. Evaluation and planning, evaluate whether it's worth making the changes, then plan the action. Management issues, change at the helm. If a new leader or manager is brought in, there could be a lot of resistance. Some employees could feel that they should have been chosen, or the manager should hold a team meeting to explain why the person was picked and what benefits there are to it. Communication, a top manager issue as it can face anger amongst employees they are not informed of what is going on. It can lead to disruption. Managers must ensure communication is vital amongst staff. This is how we do it now. Some managers can get frustrated at employees' efforts that they devise an entire new system based on customer or client complaints. Shield 2011. This is only worthwhile if employees are aware and know about changes. New systems need to be explained and shown clearly. Lower on the totem pole. Some lower placement staff can be forgotten about when employees are told about changes. This can lead to frustration between everyone. Shift change. Changing something too quickly and not letting staff get used to it can involve a lot of frustration. Big changes should be done step by step, and smaller changes should so everyone can get used to them gradually. No training. If any changes are made, no extra training is given, then employees become demotivated. New training is appropriate to keep staff motivated and happy. The change isn't working. If employees react negatively, their managers need to question what isn't working. and then plan a way to make it work and inform employees. Misery loves company. When only one member of staff dislikes the change, they may try to discourage other employees about it too. Did too much on one of them. 20 minutes, Joe. Wishy-washy change. Some changes are not followed through. Ideas of the changes are developed, but not how to implement them. The old ways can be reverted to if leaders don't reinforce the change. Totally unacceptable changes. Changes in any area, no matter how large or small. Hard elements of change are recognized as a task that are defined and measured. Soft factors of culture and motivation are those difficult to assess. Shulkin et al. 2005 argued that 4 hard factors correlate to the outcome of change in interventions. Rees France 2013. Duration, integrity, commitment, and effort. A useful module to examine external factors is the pestle analysis. This analysis identifies factors that shape an external business environment and used with a SWOT analysis. This evidence-based approach provides valuable information for strategic decision making. Rees French et 2013. A SWOT analysis in relation to Tesco. Strengths: increasing the market share, general growth, insurance, Tesco online, brand value, UK leadership reinforced. Weaknesses: reliance on the UK market, debt reduction, sign point to serial acquisitions. Opportunities: non-food retail, health and beauty, future international growth. Threats: overseas returns could fall, UK structural changes could spark price war, Asda Walmart challenge, international expansion. Pestle analysis in relation to Tesco's. Political: stores around the globe, 6 countries in Europe. Tesco's performance is influenced by political and legalist conditions of those countries, including the EU. Economical: influence demand, cost, prices, and profit. Most importantly, high unemployment levels, which decreases the effective demand on the goods. Social: customers have moved towards one-stop or bulk shopping due to the variety of social changes leading to Tesco increasing the number of non-food items they sell. Technological: wireless devices, intelligent scales, electronic self-labeling, self-checkouts, and radio frequent identification, which benefits both company and customers. Legislative: Tesco offers price reductions on fuel purchases based on the amount they spend on groceries to implement political correct pricing policies. Environmental: fat tax directly affected Tesco's products, which has now been adapted and affected with relationships between suppliers and customers. References: Rees G. French R. 2013. Leading, Managing and Developing People place, publisher. Chapman A. 2005-14. Available at www.businessballs.com. Changemanagement.htm. Last assessed the 5th of the 10th, 16. Shield J. 2011. Jonas J. Aguirre D. Calderon M. 2004. Porter M. 1979.